Deuce McBride, 12 points in the second quarter. Knicks going an 18-4 run before halftime. Jalen Brunson for 3. He had 30 points. 17 of the 30 came in the second quarter. And the Knicks blow out the third best team in the East, 128-92. It's a 36-point win. It's the Knicks' biggest win of the year. The Sixers' previous worst loss all year was by 13 points. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. From our Delta MSG studios, Bill Pito along with Alan Hanawala as you're back. Monica McNutt will join us here shortly. All right, guys, big picture. 3 games since a big trade. Knicks beat the best team in the West, Minnesota, and now they beat Philadelphia after beating Chicago. And if there was any concern about the bench, at least for a night, Alan, no more concerns about the bench.
49-15 was the bench scoring in this game, and this is coming off of the win off Chicago. The bench there was a lot of stories and concerns about this Knicks bench after the trade. Where are you going to get scoring from? Who's going to step up? Can Deuce McBride get it done as the backup point guard? So many of those questions were answered tonight by these guys. And as you throw in Josh Hart, who did everything, which is what he does, those 3 guys were combined plus 103 in this game, coming off a game in Chicago where they were minus 33 as a trio. So you got to answer questions. They did it tonight, Wally.
Well, guys, I think the trade is working very nicely. It's unbelievable how this team has played after making that trade. And it's not easy to do, to just pick up and have this type of success after making a pretty big move where you lose 2 rotation players, add obviously 1 big rotation player and a guy like Precious Achiuwa. But all the other guys have stepped up. They've really galvanized behind OG Anunoby and Precious and Malachi Flynn coming to this team. It says a lot about the locker room, the way they've embraced these guys, the way they've gotten these guys up to speed so fast. And let's repeat what you said. The biggest loss to date this season, the Sixers team, was 13 points. The Knicks completely power washed them off the floor. They just blew them out of the building. That was some effort. This team is coming together really, really well, and other guys are stepping up very well, which is a great sign to see.
Julius Randle scored only 8 points.
I know. That's
only 8
another
points,
big
and
one.
they put up 128. And the key, Allen, the first half from 3. The Knicks go 13 of 21 from downtown in the first 2 quarters. Their best half shooting the ball. In fact, one off the franchise record tie for most threes made in the half.
Yeah, let's remind people the Knicks were down by 10 points in this game early on, where the Sixers have really been on a great roll. And so you thought, oh, you're going to be chasing the scoreboard, going uphill. And then Dante DiVincenzo, who's been red hot from downtown, he knocks down a couple of threes. Jalen Brunson's been very good from three-point range, and he had a heck of a game tonight with 29 points in a huge second quarter. But how about Deuce McBride? Comes into the game, makes 1, then makes 2. Okay, you're hot. Now your teammates want to find you wherever they can find you, and they kept feeding him, and he made a difference. Jalen Brunson continue here. How about this little hand off the screen? We haven't even mentioned Isaiah Hartenstein's name, by the way. He gives you the screen assist there. But Hartenstein had a heck of a game tonight against Joel Embiid. But the 3-ball for the Knicks, again, they have been a really good, the top 10 3-point percentage team. But tonight, making 18 of 41 from downtown, a big part of getting back into the game after being down 10, and a big part of taking over the game every time the Sixers made a push.
And what about the defense? Remember when Mitchell Robinson went down, the Knicks were giving up 140, 136, 146. It was like, what's going on with Tom Thibodeau's defense? And all of a sudden you make this trade and the Knicks are holding teams under 100 again. Alan, I know you love when the Knicks, get after it on defense, hold them under 100. Their defensive rating is a lot where they want it to be. And Isaiah Hartenstein, boy, has he really stepped up at the center position. I mean, Mitchell Robinson was great, but he's making us, really just move on from that tragic injury for Mitchell Robinson for the rest of the season and just say, Isaiah Hartenstein, you're our guy, man the middle, and he's doing an outstanding job.
All right, guys, time to bring in Monica McNutt from Philadelphia. She helped call the game tonight on ESPN Radio 98.7 FM. Monica, let us not forget about the fact that Quentin Grimes through 3 quarters had not scored, and he scored 18 points in what was a dominating 4th quarter for the Knicks.
Yes, and he talked about coming in and being ready to us post-game on the radio broadcast. He's like, I know that I have to come in and look to score for my teammates. My teammates were looking for me, and everybody knows what I do well, so I need to go out there and do it. But in addition to that, Pito, I asked him about this team's defense tonight, and he reiterated how important it was for them to have one another's back, and in particular, have Isaiah Hartenstein's back, as he was the primary defender on on Joel Embiid for much of this ball game.
You know what, Monica? Didn't we talk about that in the beginning of the game? Like, how do they stop Joel Embiid? 30 and 10. He did it again, of course, but it wasn't as if that dominated the game. It was what the Knicks were doing as a five-man unit, as you just said, helping Isaiah Hartenstein against him. So it was a 30-10 for Embiid, but it didn't feel like he dominated the game.
He didn't. There was a stretch in the third quarter where every time that he had, or when he was double teamed, he either turned the ball over or it was an empty possession. There was like a 6-possession run where the Knicks managed to double team him, and that was the result. And so I think tonight, we talked about it a little bit, honestly, guys, after the Chicago game, right? Like, there's a reason that your 5 versus our 5 lace up your sneakers. And tonight, I think you saw how lethal the Knicks can be when they are stout defensively and they look to score in transition. 33 points in transition, that's a big deal, and those are easy baskets. It's momentum baskets. It's high energy, not to mention the productivity that you got from your bench unit tonight, which completely drowned out anything the Sixers bench had to offer.
Monica, help me wrap my head around how this is happening. You make a midseason trade, you go 3-0, you blow out the Philadelphia 76ers, one of the top teams in the East, a great home team. You absolutely shut up their crowd. How is this happening so quickly and so perfectly for the Knicks?
Well, Wally, okay, let's work through this together, because I think the first thing you got to acknowledge is that you have Jalen Brunson, who should be an all-star, is going to be an all-NBA caliber guy in that conversation. And so you have the biggest piece in terms of stabilizing. OG uniquely plays exactly his role. He get a rebound, he's either looking for Jalen or somebody to move the ball up the floor. You don't see him trying to do too much. He's cutting, he's scoring at the rim. Beyond that, we've already talked about Julius simplifying over the course of this season. And even though he didn't have a great offensive game tonight, I thought he made the right plays in terms of defense and being involved in the physicality. I think the roles are more defined now than they have ever been with this Knicks squad in the past 2 seasons, and that has created so much clarity top to bottom. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does. Yeah,
Definitely.
That definitely makes sense. And then again, so now we're waiting for the roles to be defined off the bench. And for Deuce McBride, what a game for him to quiet some of the concerns about what are you going to do for somebody to back up Jalen Brunson, because Deuce came in and he came in firing and showed a lot of confidence, and that's got to be important not just for him but for the Knicks to see, right?
I would 100% agree, and I actually thought, I know he got hot, and I think he ended up, did he end up scoring more points than he played minutes? Oh, he's right there at 14:58 and had 15 points on the game. I actually thought, because I don't know about y'all, but that first 7 minutes of the ball game, I was like, the Sixers are big, they're athletic, this is not looking good. So then Deuce comes in, and I thought he did a great job on Tyrese Maxey. He obviously was an offensive outburst of scoring, and so I wonder, were we in for a sneaky Deuce McBride game because of his quickness and ability to play? But I think in that first quarter, when the Knicks made the adjustment, and it was clear that they were going to pass the ball and not get lugged down in isolation, they weren't going to allow the defense to dictate what they could do, and they were going to do it and make them pay for giving up those options. To me, this was a really, really mature performance by the Knicks. It's a great win.
All right, Monica, I'm coming to town tomorrow. You're going to meet me for lunch or blow me off because of your Pilates class, like always.
Honestly, you need to come to Pilates. Let's go to Solid
Get
Core.
him in the gym, Monica, please. I know you're always in the gym on the road. You make sure you get a little quick workout in there.
I know not even to ask, right? I've learned my lesson already, right?
Got to get the workouts in, Pito. It's January.
Right.
We got to start the year fresh. We can't have all of this in January, Pito. Come on now.
By the way, there's a lot of candy over here, Monica. You're missing out.
No.
I mean, there's loads over here.
No, I'm doing great, y'all. I'm avoiding all sugar for the next 30 days.